Hello guys, Nicole Mackin here, and I'm here for Scraplift Saturday, and I am scraplifting a layout along with Kelly Olia that you just saw at the beginning of the video. It's a layout by Missy Whidden. It was on the Hip Kit Club design team site, and I love this layout. I was so excited to scraplift it. So I did not use the inspiration, unfortunately. I tried to. I included it in the beginning as well. But really, when I'm scraplifting, it's usually something about the layout itself that inspires me for the layout. And the way this layout, for instance, guided me was, first of all, I love the title. And so I went looking for supplies or a paper line that had embellishments that worked to make a title like that, and I came across the Wonder Collection by Crate Paper. I think it's Crate Paper. Let me double check. Yes, Crate Paper. And it had like a whole pack of just these types of words, and I'm like, that's perfect. And then since it was one photo, I just went to my album and looked for a story I wanted to tell, and I had this photo that was perfect, and it happened to have a picture of our mama cat, and this same collection had a whole bunch of cat stickers and die cuts, and so it just really came together in my head like, this is perfect. This is a perfect line to use for this particular layout. So that's kind of how how the inspiration of the layout I'm scraplifting led to the supplies that I chose, and versus the actual like mood board. I just didn't end up using that. Some of the colors are similar, like the pale pink and the blues, but that's about it. So anyway, so as you just saw, I used Heidi Swap. It's called Art Screen ink, and I just used it as kind of like a paint. It's kind of an iridescent. When it dries, it doesn't dry. It dries with a shimmer. It's really, really pretty. So I just use a foam brush, put some on, and then I splattered with Heidi Swap's navy because the dress that my daughter's wearing is navy blue, and I wanted to help pull out some of the navy elements that I'll be putting into the embellishments for this page. And so here while I'm letting the ink or the paint and the glimmer mist, while I'm letting it dry, I'm just gonna go and create my layers behind my photo. On the layout I'm scraplifting, she had a few layers behind her photo. I ended up doing quite a few more. I just really wanted to use a variety of papers behind this photo, and I used all of them were from the 6x6 pad. So the only 12x12 paper I used from this line was for that background paper. So here I'm just trying to figure out how I want to layer everything and still have each pattern show. So some of them I kind of did Cricut, and that floral paper I just cut had some of that navy blue, so I want to make sure some of that peeked out. And then this one had cats on it, and I obviously wanted to make sure that it was obvious that they were cats. And this paper says hello on it, and I love that just because there were so many elements to this paper line that just fit perfectly with this story. And it was about this was like one day, actually, this next night, she had 7 kittens. 7, that's more than average. And usually a couple of days before she has her babies, she gets really lovey-dovey. Like if we're with her, she'll just want to cuddle, and she'll just want attention, and she just wants to be loved, and she just wants to be petted. And so she was like this, and that's when we usually kind of know that she's close to having her babies. And so this was actually like the week before Thanksgiving. It was beautiful outside. And so we were all cleaning outside and cleaning out the garage and playing. And my daughter, I just kind of gave her the task of just keeping Mama Rosie company and cuddling with her and giving her attention because she needed it. And So anyway, so this picture was so cute because she was just, my daughter was in her, one of her favorite dresses that she likes to wear around for fun. And she was outside and just sat down on the ground, and Mama Rosie just came and like put her arm around her and like cuddled up next to her. And you could tell she's uncomfortable, and how you can see how big she is. It was just the sweetest thing ever. And so I really wanted, so just all the different elements, like the words that were in the embellishment pack, the kit, the cat embellishments, just so many. There was a, you'll see here pretty soon that I use a clock die cut, because of course we're talking about timing down to her having the babies, and it was just a perfect line for this particular story. So now I'm trying to figure out my title, and I know I wanted to use wonder, and that's, I wanted to use wonder because it's just amazing. I think I'll probably scrapbook that maybe in a different story or a different layout, because I wanted to use wonder just because of how amazing it is. Like, when this is her third batch of babies that she's had, and just how wonderful of a mom she is and how instinctual she does things. And that's a whole other story. I'll probably scrapbook that because I have pictures of, her babies and stuff. But I knew I wanted to use that word for that purpose, because I always think about that when I think about her having her babies. And then I like to brave just because, she's having 7 babies, for goodness sakes. So I just am playing around here and trying to figure out how I want to set. I wanted to use the 3 words like they did on, or like she had on her layout. So I finally figured out a nice way to do it and adhere them down. Sorry, that one was a little tricky to get adhesive on because it's a little bit skinnier. All right, so now I have my title and my photo all set. Now it's time to embellish. And I knew I wanted to use this flower. I was trying to pull out, there weren't a lot of navy blue elements in this line. So I wanted to make sure I did try to pull some of the different elements that had that navy blue just to pull out her dress. You can already see just by putting that flower there how that pulls out the navy blue of her dress. I will add it in later. I do end up putting it actually on the right side because it didn't feel right there. But I knew I wanted to use this die cut, and I just kind of start layering some pieces. I loved that clock concept, again, like because of the fact that how she was acting, made us know that she was close to having her babies. These kind of freak me out because they just have holes for the eyes. Maybe I'm supposed to put something in them, like maybe enamel dots. So I didn't, they looked freaky. So I don't know what, I wonder if that's what I'm supposed to do, is put enamel dots in there for their eyes. Anyway, I didn't like that that particular one. And I already had that one cat die cut, so I was good with that. So here I decided to put some chipboard underneath these 2. And again, just trying to get some different textures together. So I like having some chipboard amongst those flat die cuts that are there so far. And then the layout, Missy's layout also has some embellishment on the bottom left. And so I know if I'm going to put some chipboard over on the right, I want to get some chipboard over on the left as well, just to balance it out. And these really cute felt hearts were in the embellishment pack, the die cut pack for the Wonder collection. And I didn't end up liking it, but they're really cute. So I'm just kind of filtering through the die cuts and seeing kind of what their sentiments might be on them that will work. And I like that flower. It pulls in that kind of orange, that darker orangey pink color. And I like that. It pulls that color down there. So, and then I have this one more cat. When else am I going to use these cat embellishments, right? Actually, I have a lot of pictures of cats. So, because we live out in the country, so we have them to be mousers, which they do an amazing job, but we spoil them pretty good. So, we have lots of cats and kittens, and just it's always, so I always love to take pictures of them when they're little and babies, and they're so cute. So So I'm loving how these layers are turning out. And so I go ahead and adhere everything down. And looking at the sticker sheet to see if I want to, I really like the sentiment, but I don't love the floral that's on the top. So I end up cutting it off and then just putting it in that bottom left cluster. So I'm just chopping off the top here. And that fits perfect in there, so I like that a lot. And I'm just looking. I don't think oh yeah, I do use that mint green just because it does show up in that happy title, and so I thought it'd be good to get some of that green somewhere else on the layout. And so I just kind of tuck it all in, and I end up using that plus that card for my journaling. I'm not totally in love with because I ended up writing over kind of that design on the bottom of that card. I don't love it. It's not horrible. I'm not going to redo it. I don't end up loving that so much. I wish I would have left that alone and maybe just put in one more journaling card down there to journal on, or maybe journaled somewhere else, but it's all good. It still looks fine. I love this hello just because of how she's looking right at the camera, and you just tuck that in there. I feel like that evens out that area a little bit too. And I think after this, I think the only thing I end up adding, oh, I do add this. These are really hard to get out. These little cardstock, or I'm sorry, chipboard stickers. I find this little arrow, and it kind of has that, it has this brown. I had some lighter brown throughout the rest of the card that I journaled on is brown. So that way I had brown on both sides, or both embellishment clusters. And then here's where I think I pretty much just add some enamel dots, and then I journal. And my journaling says, this photo was taken one day before Rosie had 7 kittens. Yes, 7. She was clingy to us all day. That is how we knew she was close. She gets all lovey-dovey. Love, our Rosie. So very, very simple journaling. Like I said, I really do want to journal about how amazing of a mama she is, but that can be done on a different layout. So here I'm journaling, and I think I skipped most of this. I think I had the recorder on during some of it, but then I kind of lose my... I was trying to think of a word and how I wanted to describe it, and so I paused the camera so you guys don't have to sit there and while I'm thinking. And I think that's pretty much it. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for watching the Crafty Maven Getaway channel. Again, my name is Nicole Mackin. My YouTube channel is Nicmackin, and I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much, and happy scrapping!